Hey, so I got a KLX110. It's the little bit of an earlier model. I think it's a 2003 or so. My buddy was reporting that the kickstart kept slipping. So I took it apart the first time and I looked at it and I replaced these gears. These are the kickstart gears. I thought that these teeth were kind of slipping over. The dogs were kind of slipping over each other here. I replaced those and it didn't fix the problem. So I got in here a little bit deeper and I want to show you what I've come to find out the problem to be. So basically we took this out, pulled this off here. All right. If you look back in there where this goes, there's a washer on the end. At first glance, it looks like, oh, okay, the washer's just stuck there. It looks fine. Not a big deal. Well, that's what I did. I saw the first time I put it back together and the problem still happened. So I went in here, I looked a little closer. I'm going to pull this washer off. All right, pull that washer off. Then if you look behind there, you can see there's cracks. There's two cracks right in the like the lower third section there. So I'll try to point it out with my pointer. So basically there's one crack right here, and there's another one right here. And then you could feel like, you can grab it with your dental pick and you can feel it's cracked all the way back in there. So what's happening is every time the little guy goes to kick this thing, this is spreading, which is dropping the kickstart down a little bit, which is allowing the teeth from the gear to disengage from this, and it's just slipping right over, and it's not turning the clutch to kickstart it. So this is a terrible diagnosis. I'm assuming this is going to require that whole side engine case to be replaced, unless you can get somebody in there to weld it, re-drill it out, and fix it. I don't know what the best thing to do. This is out of my league, but I was just able to diagnose the problem. So if anybody's having those types of problems, I suppose that could be it. And if I had to guess on what it was caused by, probably just by like adults or big kids or somebody, hammering this kickstart over and over and over and over again. And eventually all that wear and all that pressure just cracked that baby over, the number of years. This is 2003. So, all right.
Okay, so we decided that we would take apart the engine and replace that whole engine case. As you can see, I got the side cover off, getting ready to take off the flywheel. So the engine is now no longer part of the motorcycle. I have it separated. Got the clutches removed. All set up here, figuring out how we're going to do this. Alright, got the head taken off. Everything looked good in there. And it looks like it got the chain guides got to be coming out. So it looks like it got the chain guides out. Got the cylinder off. I think I was waiting for the flywheel puller to come in, so I was doing what I could, and just take some pictures of what's going on here. Alright, so I'm gonna have to remove the shifting linkage, so I removed that. That is taken out. Got the chain off, cam chain. Get ready to separate the engine here. It's the first time I ever split an engine. This is a Rocky Mountain puller. Split it out. So it looks like on the inside, there's I believe that's the new case. Yep. You can see the two bearings had to be put in there. So I bought new bearings and just put new bearings in. This is the new case with the new bearings put in there. I used the dry ice technique to sweat them in. I heated the case to about 250 degrees. Put the bearings in. Here I'm closing it up using the Tusk crank puller. Worked great. Nice and easy. Just pulled it right up into the case half. Everything lined up beautifully. That's the shifter new seal I put in there. There's the counter shaft. Put a new seal in that. Sprocket pistons going in. Cylinders going on. Got the chain guides in. Chain back on. Got the gasket. Head gasket on there. Shift linkage is back in. Oil pump stuff is back in. Oil pump sprocket. Clutches are back in. Got the head back on. Time to put the engine back in. Got the bike set back up there. Got the engine to place. I ended up grabbing my floor jack because I do this myself, so I just rested up there and lifted it up right into place. Put the engine bolt mounts back. She is running.
Back, boy. Running like a sewing machine, buddy. Started on the second kick. It's got to go through some heat cycles. You got to let it warm, let it break in, just like a car or anything. You got to break it in. So I'm just letting it warm up doing a heat cycle. I'm going to put the chain on and everything else. Tell Luke he's back in business though.